We're on the side of the road because the Del Sol just broke down. It's not making good noises. We're about to find out.
That's one, but...
How we doing, Angel? How we doing here?
Well,
what
I
happened?
feel like a jackass for racing a Odyssey minivan and then having some rod knock.
Yeah? This Odyssey right here, right? This one? This shitbox Odyssey?
Show them the seat.
Oh yeah, you gotta see the seat. This is good. This is good. This is probably the best part right here. This fucking seat. Hold on, I'll show you. Yeah, that's an RSX seat. That's yeah, it's not bolted down at all. What are we doing, Joe?
Fucking trying not to fuck up the nurse car.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
You told he raced an Odyssey and it blew up.
That is true. That is true.
I believe he passed the finish line.
It's a built J35 for the Roadtrek supercharger. Was making, he said 650-ish, and yeah, it's knocking. It only had 5 psi oil pressure. So now we're gonna either replace rod bearings or replace the engine. One of the two. Now we're over here pulling spark plugs out, checking those. Just make sure she's not something else.
They're not hold down.
But so far, it's still pretty good. Yeah, so far they're looking pretty good. Fairly certain it's rod bearings. The good news is that worst case scenario, we have another engine in the corner, but it's not a built engine, so it is what it is.
I can't tell if that's rod or...
That's
'Cause
bad news bears. That's what it is.
There wasn't any aluminum on the plugs, so it's got to be from the rods, maybe the bearings. Maybe it's disintegrated bearings.
That's a lot.
I probably disintegrated.
We find Uncle Rodney.
Hello?
Okay, knocking. Who's there?
Fucking bolts bent, rod caps wasted, cranks wasted. Not good.
So I've used this the same rods for like 3 different builds.
Oh, well,
That might have something to do with it.
they've seen some miles.
You just take this off.
Sit rep. We're
This off and it'll drop. These will drop
discussing pulling this engine out right now.
down. And then.
And we're gonna go get his tools and his truck and his trailer while they're tearing this apart. So when we come back, maybe it'll be out. All right, well, I'm in his Suburban. I got the trailer. About to head back. It's not a bad rig, actually. Not too bad. So it didn't take us that long to get over here, so I can't imagine they're gonna have the engine out yet, but I guess we'll find out how much work they got by the time we get back there. It's, I don't know what time it is. It's gotta be getting close to midnight at this point, so it's gonna be a late fucking night, guys. So while I'm driving back, I figure I'd just recap kind of how my day has gone. It's been not great. About 10:30 in the morning, Joe, my buddy, came over with his K24 Turbo Civic. Was gonna tune it. He just got it together. He was having problems the other day. Yeah, so it started out having exhaust leak. Got the exhaust leak fixed. It was having issues with the wideband where it just didn't want to read correctly. Wasn't really sure why. We couldn't really 100% lock down what was going on with that. Tried another wideband. It was still acting funky. It was all super rich, and it didn't want to respond to making changes in the map. I don't really know. My laptop was having issues. It was all super laggy. We drove it around. It kind of almost worked, but it got to the point where I was just like, I'm done. We got to stop for the day. We've been at it too long. Let's just give up and move on to the next car, because I had to tune my other friend's hatch. That it's a built B-Series VTEC that's turboed, all this stuff. Well, I went and tried to tune that one, and we're having very similar problems with S300. There's something wrong with Hondata's software right now, I think. It was fine at first, and then we were starting to have weird air-fuel ratios. It was reading super rich and lean, and it wouldn't respond to changes on the map. Same, just like the other one. thought maybe it was my laptop. Grabbed a buddy's laptop. That wouldn't even load. It would load up all sorts of weird stuff. Then I freaking grabbed another laptop from another friend. That one, it was kind of working. It was moving pretty quickly, but the air fuels weren't reading correctly for whatever reason. And I finally was just like, screw it. We're done. We're done with this. Let's go meet up with this dude with Del Sol. We're gonna get some food. And then he's gonna give us another laptop. That's number 4. And when we met up with him, that's when we ended up driving right past my buddy's house because Del Sol guy, he was trying to race a Lexus, and then that didn't happen. So then he decided to, my buddy Joe is gonna race him his Odyssey, and that's when it, it started knocking. So here we are, you know, putting an engine in a Del Sol in the middle of the night so we can make the ice cream cruise tomorrow. Because it's, it starts tomorrow, and my car's ready. Nobody else's car is ready at this point. It's a complete disaster. So, wish us luck on this journey. I'm almost back to his house. We'll see what they got accomplished. Well, here we are. This is all the further we've gotten so far.
Whoa, the axles are out. Yeah, the axles are out.
We're over here tearing apart this.
He didn't win.
I definitely won. You did pass me.
They're still pulling that one out. We're tearing apart the new one, trying to get it ready. Kiefer's done nothing. Sit rep. It's 1:45 a.m. The short block is ready. Engine is still in his car. So that's where we're at.
First side jump? Yeah. I'm clear as fuck over here.
Stop. I'll hold it if you need to get under it.
No, you're good. Go.
Good.
You guys ready? Okay, I'm gonna drop it.
Oh no, pussy.
No.
No.
So at this point, I left their house, and it was about 3 in the morning or so. Yeah, because it was entirely too late. I wasn't getting anything done. It was very, very obvious that car was not going to be ready by the time we were ready to go to ICC. So I just went home. I got about 2.5 hours of sleep-ish. And then I loaded up the Exocet and went to ICC. So at this point, I left their house, and it was about 3 in the morning or so. Yeah, because it was entirely too late. I wasn't getting anything done. It was very, very obvious that car was not going to be ready by the time we were ready to go to ICC. So I just went home. I got about 2.5 hours of sleep-ish. And then I loaded up the Exocet and went to ICC. Here we are at ICC. Out in like a friggin' mountain where we had to unload. It's a goddamn clusterfuck already, but we're here. We got it all loaded up, so let's go find our spot to show.
If you are not in a big church, a group of you doesn't feel good. A wall tap of that would not be fun. The car was fired up.
fucking raining, guys. Quite a lot. Racing's definitely canceled tonight. So there's that. My first race did not go so well. He had raced somebody else I know, and he like barely beat him, and I thought it was gonna be a good race. Well, it turns out he was having car problems that time. He was trying to use, I think he was trying to use anti-lag or something like that, and it didn't work, and it bogged out really bad on that G body on his race, and then it I guess he hit the rev limiter or something. It was really bad for him. Well, when I raced him, everything worked. So yeah, he got me. That thing's Pro Charged LS. I can't remember what LS it is, but it's pretty stout. Yeah, I'm trying to find some more races. I talked to some guy with a Mustang. I'm supposed to race him. I don't know where he's at. We'll see if he shows up, and maybe we can get a run. It made it. There it is. Look at that. It runs. It moves. It's amazing. Here we are at the track. I'm still, yeah, I've been in line, been doing a bunch of racing, and now I'm about to race the Del Sol. We put an engine in, so we'll see how that goes. He said he's just put it to kill. He does not give a fuck. He's just giving her all the boost, all the things, and yeah, not caring. So we'll see. He's either gonna make one hell of a pass or he's gonna chuck a rod out the block, but it was making 700 on the old engine. Now he's on a stock engine that definitely won't take that power, but we'll see. I don't know, let's see how this goes. Alright guys, that's the end of that weekend. It was pretty good. I will talk a little bit about the Del Sol race. We wanted to do another one. We were trying to do a higher roll for that one, and it didn't really happen because he he slowed down on the corner, and I was worried that he wasn't going to catch up. So I slowed down, he sped up, and then he got too far ahead of me. So I had to speed up, and then I let off the gas like right before the line, just so we were even, then got back into it. So it kind of looks like I was kind of freight training past him, but like I actually did let out and then got back into it. So it was a pretty even race, but it was a little lower than he wanted to do. It wasn't as high as I wanted to do either, because my car actually bogged a little bit and he spun, but I mean, it, you know, worked out, whatever. I think it was a pretty good race, but you know, yeah, I think we should probably do it again sometime, third gear roll or something, if his car survives. He's on Rocky Mountain Race Week right now, so who knows if he's going to survive. He's survived at least the first day, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, the Mini was doing good. I will say earlier in the day, some of those videos didn't make it into here, but I did lose quite a few races, and I think it was mostly due to the fact that I wasn't getting a good enough burnout early on. Like that first race with the Malibu, or whatever the hell that thing is, yeah, I didn't get a good enough burnout, and I was just blowing the fucking tires off. And later in the day, I was like really cooking them hard to make sure it would get traction. So it was doing better at that, and it was really hard to get any sort of high roll in there. Like you had to do like a 40, 45, or it just wasn't happening. If I had a better roll, it'd be a lot better race with some of those cars. But, you know, it's only so much you can do with front-wheel drive. And, you know, it is what it is. But it was a pretty good weekend. You know, I had a blast in the Exocet. It's still dirty. Like, this is literally a week later. And, yeah, the Exocet, I haven't even touched it. It's still completely covered in rubber. And I need to fix that because I've got some... Yeah, I got some track days that I'm going to be doing in probably both of these cars here coming up pretty soon. But, yeah, I mean, as far as Ice Cream Cruise, you know, it was a win overall. It was kind of unfortunate, the Exocet, because I was doing the Skidpad. I didn't get a chance to actually get judged for the car show because you had to be parked through a certain time, and I was in the Skidpad. But it was the first time that, you know, I've done the Skidpad in that car, and it was a good fucking time. Like, it did really good, better than I expected it to, because I haven't even practiced doing that in that car. I just like, we're just gonna send it and see what it does. I backed the brake bias off a little bit, so I had like less rear brake, and just fucking sent it. I was doing third gear burnouts like on the rev limiter, so it was like quite a bit of speed. So we were getting some pretty good smoke. It was good shit. But neither of the cars broke, you know, during the weekend. It was pretty successful. It was a good time, so I can't complain. But I think that's going to be it on this one, guys. So like, subscribe, do all the things. Peace out.